Welcome everybody. Today the pleasure is mine to present to you the paper Developing Apps for Researching the COVID-19 Pandemic with the TrackYourHealth platform. I will briefly introduce you to the mobile app system created by the authors of this paper before presenting the resulting mobile applications. For many years now, we are developing ecological momentary assessment and intervention applications for mobile devices. More and more observational studies exploit the advancements of mobile technology to ease the overall implementation procedure. Recently, an increasing number of intervention studies make use of mobile technology as well. Therefore, we used our knowledge from past projects and created the Track Your Health platform, a framework to quickly set up a system for mobile application-driven studies. This platform already proved its worth in multiple study occasions, like for example the chronic disorder tinnitus, stress, and other psychology-related topics. To achieve all this, a dynamic framework is required, which allows a productive workflow between developers and project partners of other domains. Our system can be separated in two main parts. The technical part, comprising a client-server architecture with modular mobile applications for iOS and Android, as well as a server with a REST-like API. The other part is our development pipeline, which produces all the necessary configuration files in a collaborative process with our project partners. This includes, for example, convenient Excel sheets in which non-computer scientists manage content and translations of their questionnaires. These and other files are then transformed via scripts into required configuration files for the API and mobile applications. The human actors in the system are marked with blue color in this overview. You can examine the system in greater detail after the presentation if you wish. In early 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic struck Europe and imposed tremendous burdens not only on our healthcare system and the directly exposed people, but also on the daily life routines of us all. On this occasion, we decided to put our system to the test to see whether it is also suitable for the highly sensitive issue of COVID-19. The original idea was to use questionnaires to give people an initial self-assessment and a generally reliable source of information while gathering useful information for scientific evaluations. This should, among other goals, relieve the corona telephone hotlines, which were then overburdened. As a follow-up project, together with the Robert Koch Institute in Germany, the Corona Health app was created. Its essential purpose is to conduct surveys on the subject of COVID-19 and the resulting burdens for people. Without going too deeply into the individual steps on the timeline, here are a few valuable findings from the process. First, the translation process took a lot of time. Close cooperation with the right studio is crucial here. Also, our demo app has proven to be very useful when working with experts from other areas. The store release and indexing process of COVID-19 related applications was rather long and laborious. Also very important, ever-changing local COVID-19 regulations require the ability to act quickly. Last but not least, I want to give you some impressions of our applications by a quick walkthrough through the iOS versions. For demonstration purpose, I use the beta versions of the applications for iOS, which are functionally identical to the live App Store versions. They additionally bring some useful tester and developer features, and also, I won't spam the live system with my demo accounts. Opening the Corona Check application, we begin on the welcome screen where we have to click Start before giving our consent to the disclaimer and the privacy policy. Both can be viewed again afterwards via the About Us section. After the automated login, we land in the News section, where field experts provide useful information about COVID-19 to the users. On first usage, we are asked to give the app permission to use our approximate location. Since this is only for scientific analysis, it can be declined without limiting the app's functionality. From here, we can go to the Corona Check tab and start the corresponding symptom check questionnaire. A major challenge while designing this questionnaire were all the regulations and restrictions by local laws and institutions like the LGL, the Bavarian State Office for Health and Food Safety here in Germany. The final setup was based on the model of the Corona telephone hotline in Bavaria, Germany. Regardless of the possibilities of our platform, we had to adhere to the official regulations in order to remain within the scope of a medical device compliant development. After finishing the questionnaire, we land in the results page and are presented a recommendation based on the given answer. To further support our users, we utilized the tips module of our framework to present tips on pandemic compliant behavior and infection protection measures. Users can rate these tips based on their usefulness. At this point, I switch to the Corona Health app. After the known login procedure, we land in the Studies section. Using the app for the first time, we are asked to permit notifications. These will remind us of upcoming questionnaires. Then I choose to participate in some studies before moving to the questionnaire tab. Here, the little number on the tab icon indicates that currently I can fill in 2 questionnaires. By clicking one of them, I start the survey, where I am presented with texts and questions of various kinds. In this case, I got a single choice question, a number box, another single choice question, another single choice question, but this time with a search field, and so on. If I click the next button and missed out some answers, I am alerted with red color on the according answers. To save us some time, I will skip to the last page of the questionnaire. During submission, an answer sheet is either sent directly to the server when online or stored locally and sent as soon as a connection can be established. While being online, we are immediately presented feedback to our submission. This can be configured to either be a static or rule-based depending on given answers. Now that I have finished the baseline questionnaire, for this study, a regular follow-up questionnaire is available for future surveys. For this purpose, one or more local notifications are scheduled to remind the user at a given future date to proceed with this study or other questionnaires. These reminders are configured in the questionnaire metadata and loaded from the server. Another core feature of this application is the News tab, where on an almost daily basis new information and tips are shown to the users. The basic idea here was to provide a reliable source of information by field experts, which can be maintained by our project partners via Markdown files. I hope you enjoyed my presentation and that I could give you some valuable insights into our mHealth platform. I wish you all the best, stay healthy, and see you in the live discussion.